What's happening? Dog Food TV, another installment. Dog Food TV is sponsored by Dog Food Store, premium sportswear brand for Cleveland football fans. Let's go ahead and get into it because I'm really not trying to do no 20-minute video, and I know every time I say that the video is 25 minutes, but we're gonna breeze through this, man. All right, rush defense after week 6. Let's take a look. These glasses on, I can't see nothing. All right, so team defense: Cleveland Browns 1, 49ers 2, Bucks 3, Chiefs 4, Bills 5, Ravens 6, Saints 7, Cowboys 8, Seahawks 9, and a surprise: the Pittsburgh Steelers coming in at number 10 on team defense. Let's take it to the rush defense rankings. Detroit Lions are number 1, Browns are 2, Eagles are 3, Seahawks are 4, Bucks are 5, Jags are 6, 49ers are 7, Chargers are 8, Bears are 9, and the Saints are 10. Very surprising because, that's a Joe Woods defense there. And they're actually, they're in the top 10. Let's see what they are in passing. All right, they're not on this list. So the passing defense after week 6, you got the Cleveland Browns at 1, Green Bay Packers at 2, Baltimore Ravens at 3, Dallas Cowboys at 4, Falcons 5, Saints 6, Chiefs 7, Bills 8, Raiders 9, Panthers 10. So you got a couple of teams that are top 10 in all categories. But right now, you could make the case the Browns are going to the playoffs, the 49ers. The Bucks are in a weak division. They're going. The Chiefs are going. The Bills are going. The Ravens are probably going. Saints, are they in that division? Yeah, they're in that division with the Bucks, so I don't know if they would go. Cowboys are probably going. And then, I don't know, Seahawks maybe. Steelers maybe, because it's probably going to be 3 teams coming out the AFC North, if not all 4, but I don't know how that would go. So really, I want to take a look at Super Bowl champions with a top 10 defense. We're going to do all 3 categories. We're going to do top 10 overall, we're going to do top 10 in rush, and we're going to do top 10 in pass. So if we look at top 10 overall defenses since 1999. From 99 to 06, you only had one team that wasn't in the top 10 in overall defense. That was the Indianapolis Colts. If you take it to 07 to 14, a little bit more of a balance. So let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4 versus 1, 2, 3, 4. So split during that column. And then again, it kind of gets back to normal when you go 15 to 22. You only had one team that was, 2 teams that weren't in the top 10 in overall defense. That was Kansas City and the Rams. Now, a couple of anomalies that stick out to me on this list. The Giants were 17th in overall defense, and they beat the undefeated Patriots. They were also 25th in team defense, and they beat the Patriots again. The Baltimore Ravens were 12th in overall defense in this particular season here. Now, I think those Giants teams just matched up well with the Patriots, and that's likely the reason that they were able to defeat them. I think that was just a matchup problem for the Pats. But as you can see here, top 10 overall defenses. So 17 times out of 23, looks like, that tends to bode well for your Super Bowl odds if you're top 10 overall defense. Obviously, there are exceptions to the rule, but let's take a look at top 10 run defense. Now, again, you'll notice from the last slide, some of these are almost similar to what they were in the overall slide. So I didn't realize that the St. Louis Rams in 99 were first in run defense, but that probably makes sense because they were outscoring everybody. So most of those teams probably were not trying to establish the run. Obviously, you got Baltimore. They were number 1 against the run in 2000. I was surprised to see that the Patriots were only 19th in 01, and we'll see what they were against the pass in 01, being that they played the greatest show on turf. But again, you'll see that the Colts were dead last in stopping the run in 2006. Now, the 07 Giants, they were 8th in stopping the run. On the previous slide, they were 17th in overall defense. So, and then you got Pittsburgh, they were 2nd. New Orleans was 21st, Green Bay 18th. So you had a little stretch there of 4 years where, almost bottom third, middle of the pack in stopping the run. And then it gets back to normal with Seattle, New England, Denver, New England again, Philadelphia, that's Jim Schwartz, number 1. New England was 11th and 18. Kansas City was 26th and 19. Tampa Bay was 1st in the 20s. And then you had the Rams 6th at stopping the run in 21, and then KC 8th. So if we add it up here, 15 times, you had a defense in the top 10 in run defense that won the Super Bowl. So still the larger number, not as high, I believe, as the top 10 was. And if we go to pass defense, now you'll notice on this slide, pass defense is not as indicative in a pass first league, because that's all they talk about now, that the league has changed, a pass first league. You'll notice that you have more teams in the double digit realm than the single digits. You only have 8 teams that won a Super Bowl with a top 10 pass defense. Now, why is all of that important? Because obviously you need offense to win the Super Bowl. I think there's only one team on here that you can make the case won the Super Bowl with a somewhat pedestrian offense. And I think everybody would agree it was the 2000 Baltimore Ravens. The defense pretty much, delivered them to the promised land as far as winning that Super Bowl. On the contrary, if you look at the 2012 Ravens, they were 17th against stopping the run, 17th against stopping the pass, 20th against stopping the run, and they were 12th overall. So that was, again, I don't know if that was injuries. I don't know what that was, but that's definitely an anomaly considering when you look at Pittsburgh in the Super Bowls that they won in 2008 and 2006. They were number 1 against the pass in 2008, and they were number 2 against the run in 2008. And in 2005, they were 16th against the pass and 3rd against the run. And then both teams overall were top 10. They were 3rd in 05 and 1st overall in 2008. So what does that mean for the Cleveland Browns? Obviously, I know it's only week 7, and there's a lot of football left to be played. But you have a team here that currently is number 2 against the run, number 1 against the pass, number 1 overall. And I think they've said that this team has given up the fewest amount of yards since like the 70s. So that's better than the 85 Bears. It's better than the 2000s Ravens. It's better than the 02 Bucks. If they're able to keep this same pace, obviously they should be able to make the playoffs. And assuming that you get a healthy Deshaun Watson, or even if you don't, the defense has the potential to be able to dominate, just like they did against the 49ers. So it'll be interesting to, again, continue to track the defensive rankings and see if they stay in the top 10, really top 5. Let's go ahead and just say top 3, the way they're playing. If they stay top 3 in these 3 major statistical categories, you're talking about a historic defense, and you're talking about a defense that, if you just have to make a few tweaks next season to the offense, the blueprint should be set in stone for the next 5 to 10 years for this team. You've been searching for a quarterback for 2 decades. And all this time, you really should have been building your defense. And now they've built that defense. They have Jim Schwartz. They have a great coordinator, a leader that can get that defense playing, at a phenomenal clip. The window is now. And again, it's hard to predict a Super Bowl. I put my money on them winning the Super Bowl before the season started. But it's hard to predict a Super Bowl victory now, again, given some of the issues with the offense, obviously the injuries to the offense. If Nick Chubb was healthy, I think they would really be close to the favorites to win the Super Bowl. But without Nick Chubb, that obviously makes it kind of hard. There's rumors that they may be trying to trade for a Derrick Henry, which would kind of erase the loss of Chubb. And in the event you're able to keep both of them next season, if you're able to get a Henry and ease Chubb back, and then now you have a 1-2 punch with a stout defense. Now you're talking about really causing some problems. But again, still a long way to go. It's only week 6. They've definitely got a lot of work to do. But you see it right here. Top 10 overall defense definitely gives you a good chance to win the Super Bowl. Matter of fact, let's wrap up because I think we had like 12 minutes. Let's go ahead and get our calculators out real quick. Let's do the percentages here. Looks like 29% of the time since '99, the team with a top 10 that didn't have a top 10 overall defense won a Super Bowl. And it looks like 71% of the time, the team with a top 10 overall defense, obviously, that makes it to the game, wins the Super Bowl. Let's do that for run defense. 33% of the time, team that gets a Super Bowl with a top 10 run, without a top 10 run defense, they're not in the top 10. 33% of the time, they win the Super Bowl. Versus 66 or 67% of the time, the team with a top 10 run defense wins the Super Bowl. So it looked like in both slides, you're looking at a 30% odds to win the title when you're not in the top 10 versus you're in the 60%. Now let's look at pass defense real quick. And if you don't have a top 10 pass defense, your odds are actually a little higher, 66% or 67% to win the Super Bowl if you don't have a top 10 defense. And that would be 33%, give or take, if you do have a top 10 pass defense to win the Super Bowl. So the odds and the numbers say statistically that you would, having a top 10 run defense gives you a better opportunity to win the Super Bowl. Obviously, having a top 10 defense gives you a better odds, just based on what it says since 1999, to win the Super Bowl. So with that being said, through 6 weeks going into week 7, the Browns can maintain a top 3 to 5 defense defensively. From the defensive side, they have the potential to go on a deep playoff run. What we'll do in the next video actually is we'll look at offenses. We'll look at top 10 offenses overall, top 10 run offenses, top 10 pass offenses, and see if there's any correlation, because I'm almost certain that Baltimore offense in 2000 is going to be on the complete opposite of what the defense was doing. But in 2012, the offense is probably, they may have better numbers. So it'll be interesting to see, because you do need a semblance of both in order to, complete the goal of winning that last game of the season. But hope this was some helpful information to you. Haven't really heard any of the national media talking about this. It's really just for any team. But that'll conclude this particular installment here at Dog Food TV. Be on the lookout for the second part to this video, and then also we will do a quick look ahead to the Indianapolis Colts game, and get ready for Sunday. So hope you're enjoying your Friday or your Thursday. I think today is Thursday. Hope you're enjoying your Thursday, and we'll see y'all on the next one.